Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. Today we have Maryna Manulik. She's going to be talking about how to become a BI analyst. She's a business intelligence analyst in Seattle, US Amazon, with 8 years of experience in business intelligence, specializing in system architecture, design, development, and implementation of enterprise business intelligence application. Welcome, Maryna.
Hi, everyone. I'm really pleased to be speaking today in front of all of you. And well, hopefully next year we'll do it in person rather than online. But I'm very excited to speak with this topic that I have a lot of passion about, how to become a BI analyst. A little bit background. My name is Maryna, and I have a background in math and computer science. I moved to United States 5 years ago from Eastern European country called Belarus, if you ever heard, Minsk. And right now, currently, I'm working in worldwide operations benchmarking Amazon team, and I have a role of a business intelligence engineer. So today we will be talking about how to become BI analyst. So when I started 9 years ago, I started as a BI quality assurance specialist. That time it was very in demand, and I just jumped into that role. After a while, I saw the trend of their business intelligence, of their data-driven technologies, and so I became a BI analyst. That's excited me a lot because I really like to dive deep into the data. So what is their BI analyst actually stands for? BI analyst is their high performance, let's say, ninja, who really have the impact on the business decisions. He is a great consultant, and he knows how to build their key performance indicators to make your company more competitive and bring it to another level. So what exactly business intelligence analysts do? On my daily basis, I am interacting with many business people, stakeholders, business managers, and you have to know how to present your data insights. So one of their key essentials tasks for BI analysts is building their KPIs and business performance. How you usually doing this is you're exporting or bringing the data from a different external or internal data sources and building your measures on top that will tell the story. What is the trend in our business or in our company, or how we are performing nowadays, yearly or comparing with the different years. The second part is actually one of their important one, how we can improve the company competitive positioning. Nowadays, we have so many different global companies as Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Those companies usually competitors in many ways and with the data analysis as well. So you need to make sure that your performance in terms of your technologies that you're using, techniques on a very high level. So this way your company you're working at is going up. One of the next one is identifying the issues and best practices. While learning new technologies, you're becoming an expert in what you are doing. And you can compare, let's say, one BI tool with another one, and you know like what you can use next time for a specific issue or the concern or the data problem that you need to resolve, what tool or what the technique you can use next time. And the last one, but not the least, is reporting and dashboards. One of the main tasks of the BI analyst is creating the reporting solutions for business leaders. How else they will know how our business operating, whether it's a simple Excel table or it's a fancy dashboard in a Tableau. So now, since we know what is BI analysts do, in very short, one word, if I will describe, if you really like to make the difference in your company's business, you want to become a BI analyst. Basically, that's the essential person in very high demand number of BI analysts, data analysts, and engineers nowadays. Um, Recently, like 8 years ago, we just jumped into the cloud system and we have even more new roles and positions. But if you want to start from the beginning or like from the essentials and get the most of it, I would recommend to start from the BI analyst role. So now that we know their description and the fundamentals, who is BI analyst, let's jump into how to become one and what do you need, what skills and the knowledge, because it's easy to say, I would like to have this fancy job, they're super in demand, but it's hard to do that or know the exact steps or you know the exact path how to get one. So in terms of academic background, if you have the STEM degree in computer science or math or statistics or finance, business administration, or economics, you can definitely rely and jump into business intelligence analytics world. All in funny part is that all the 6 different degrees um, might have 6 different positions in business intelligence world. I can describe it as a statistic analyst, or it will be business administrative person, specialist. It will be financial analyst. It can be, if it's computer science, it can be BI engineer, data analyst, data science. If it's math, it can be healthcare data analyst. So there are so many different roles that you can play around based on your background, what you're passionate about, what industry you would like to join, and what is your basically data ninja skills. So let's see if there is completely opposite situation. I don't have none of those degrees and I don't have any expertise, but I really realized that I really love go deep into the data and I like to make their reports. I like to analyze. I like to bring new trends. How I can start or even apply for the job like Amazon or Google or Facebook, where there's so much data possibilities if I have zero experience. It is possible, like 100%. So there is several ways of that. First, you have to identify your data ninja skills. What it stands for. Like, for me, I really like data visualization. love to bring the insights on data reporting. If it might be you are more statistical mind and you like to predict, you like to find the patterns, or you might be more financial person, you really like the numbers and anything that connects with the financial, and you can build new metrics. And this way, you can help your future employer. Then next one is, if you don't have the degree, apparently, you have to get certified and get trained. There are so many resources nowadays where you can get your like very basic certificates in data analysis, in cloud systems, AWS, Google, Microsoft. Now, the most interesting part, you don't even need to go to the boot camps and pay, let's say, $2,000, $3,000. You can just use a free tools online, and I can bring you the list of them in my LinkedIn page. But there are so many different resources for free that you can get prepared from and get your certificates. So this is your background. Then the next step that you will do, you will start building your portfolio, project portfolio. Nowadays, their clients in their company, corporate, especially corporate companies, becoming more demanding. They don't satisfied already with just let's say business intelligence analyst who have a computer science degree. They would like to see what you did beside your current job role responsibilities. They would like to see your passion and how you can very easily and fast learn new technologies. And that's what they can see from your projects. So there are many resources, including GitHub, where you can create and upload your projects. And that would be your basically another LinkedIn, where you will collect your projects with the different technologies. Let's say I wanted to learn Python, but I would like to start with something small. The funny part is that something small is usually the games. So if you have kids or you would like to create something for kids, you will go ahead and create a small Python game, and then upload it to your project list, to your project portfolio, and that would be your start. So just play around and like basically really have fun, because for Python, you don't really need to be a really huge, amazing programmer or have a computer science degree. And the fourth will be find your mentor. I'm telling that to everyone because we need a lot of inspiration. We need a data-driven person ahead of us, level 1 or even 2, who will driving us with the new technologies, with the new insights to a new level. There are so many communities nowadays about the data, and one of them I can definitely recommend on LinkedIn, which is um, really great platform to find the mentors, to find different groups, communities, and that's where you find not only the mentors but the fellows people who will share their ideas even about the third point, which is your project. You will be stuck. What kind of project I would like to create? So you go to those community and ask around the people who are in this industry for a while, and they will more than welcome easily to give you ideas about what your next project might look like. Then The fifth one is the network. That's what was connected with my previous point. You have to always connect through the communities, through the blogs like the Medium. I really like to read Medium every month. It's giving you really great articles about um, artificial intelligence, about business intelligence world, about big data. Um, Also reading the Gartner insights. The network can be not only on LinkedIn nowadays, like Instagram, and even Facebook. Not to mention what do we have? The club where we can join the room and speak out loud about or just listen what other people think about this or another AI or machine learning or business intelligence topic. Then the last one is don't forget. This is important because when you will start gaining the knowledge, get trained, certified, that's number one. Then building your project, you have to instantly update your resume because after all this, you'll forget. And but when you're in the moment, when you got finished your project, you so get excited, you remember everything in all the summary level. You you put another transaction row in your resume and you getting proud. And this is your passport. This is your passport to provide to your next employer. Um, this this way you will just keep tracking of it. So now, since we know different ways how to get on the path of becoming BI analyst, let's talk about what skills and knowledge required. There is tech skills usually and soft skills, right? So let's start with the tech skills. So, like I mentioned before, data visualization is the key for BI analyst. It's how he while extracting the data from the different sources, how he can present them. Usually it's through the BI tools. When I started, uh, basically I had only Excel and I think there was something from Microsoft. Um, I think MicroStrategy, um, but not sure enough. But nowadays, there are so many different BI tools that you can use to build your reporting and dashboard solutions that you can be lost. What I usually recommend to focus on one, usually it's Power BI or Tableau. Get their, not even certificate, get trained, get a free completely free course of one of the BI tool and get the essential, the fundamental principles, how it looks like, how it operates, because at the end of the day, all of the BI tools are the same. Okay, they will look a little bit different, UI will be slightly different, but the essential fundamentals, functions, the UI design, you know exactly how the report should look like in order for business people understand that. Um, I will recommend to pick just one tool and start from that. Then the second technical skill that any BI analyst should have is solid numerical skills. And what I mean by that is definitely advanced Excel. Um, there is a there is a joke about some Excel formulas and functions. Um, there is a girl asking a boy on the dating app, "Hey, I see you're in advanced Excel functions," and he's like, "Yeah. What is your favorite formula, like function?" And she's like, "No, I will give you first to answer." And he's like, "Some?" She's like, "Really? So, so easy?" She was like, "I was hoping you say at least V lookup, right?" So nowadays you have to, this example is just showing you you have to think not fundamentals, but the Excel here should be advanced level. There should be functions that can be used with by financial analysts, by BI analysts every day in order to find faster find their business issue, or the business identify the best business performance value. And the second one is statistics. And here I'm not talking really, if it's BI analyst and not the data engineer, I would say take a look at the fundamentals of statistics, like how to actually run the regressions. What is the core about them? And you can do it with Excel as well, but there's other statistical tools like their Minitab, for example. And it will literally take you like 30 minutes or an hour to find the fundamentals of statistics without going to school and revisit all your statistical semester. And the last one is the programming in a data processing. So in order for me even to start with analyzing in Excel or in any data visualization tools, I have to get the raw data, right? So in order for me to do that, I have to know at least SQL. Their SQL, MySQL, those are essential queries languages that helping us and differentiate us from the product managers, from the manager roles, because we know how to get the data and what using the business questions that been asked, get and filtered the data source exactly the way we need, and then on top of that, use BI tools to bring it to the report. So I would recommend to start from the SQL and then advance it with R or Python. So then we know the tech skills. You probably will have to choose different types of the courses for each of those subject areas, but then soft skills are very important as well for their BI analyst. One of the key essential is the communication skills. You're talking with many stakeholders in the business, people who's asking you questions. Why my revenue low down this month? How I can improve my sales in 2 months? And so many different business questions, and you have to be very quickly and at the same time to explain your data insights to non-technical people, which is sometimes can be very tricky. Like, you know how the database is working, but you have to sometimes explain it to non-technical people. Then there is another one that it stands for excellent problem solving skills. We are getting in many issues every day with the data. Like, again, there's stakeholders asking why in this quarter we are so losing in the revenue. And first of all, you have to find out maybe there's something wrong with your data. And you have to find out whether on the data source there are any issues. But you have to have the strategy where exactly you have to take a look and where you will go next.
Maryna, can you
Yeah.
scroll down the presentation on the slide you're going, please?
Huh?
Scroll down your presentation, because we're not able to see. We're just able to see the first slide.
Oh, really? It actually scroll down. So you didn't see all of those? Hear me?
Now we're able to see it.
Oh, shoot. Should I start from somewhere here? I can just do like this.
We have a question here from Carita Ramos.
Okay.
How would day-to-day activities look like for a BI analyst role in an agile framework company?
Mm-hmm. So it's a really good question, and thank you for asking me this. So every day looks a little bit different, and that's what we like about this job. There is no routine, so you usually have a different sprints, a different projects where you're working on bringing and building whether a data warehouse or a reporting solution. And the key essential is to bring and to build the metrics at the end of the day. So this is where I was showing the KPIs in business performance, or and how this can help to improve holders. And then at the end, sorry about that. Then at the end, I am bringing them the reporting solution or the metrics, how it can be look like. Then we're discussing if it's working for each of us, if it basically answered or helped the business to grow. Then we're moving to the next one and building, let's say, more powerful solution like a dashboard or the data trend or data prediction strategy. Um, and then, yeah, so usually it's starting from the requirements, then analyzing data sources, then building the reports or the dashboards, and the last one presented to your stakeholders or the business owners. Any other questions? Or I can just move a little bit forward here. Sorry, guys, you didn't see it. I really thought. I can start from just a little bit reviewing the technical skills and how to get the BI analyst job with no experience. What do you think? Sounds good?
Yes,
Okay.
and there's one suggestion that you may add the file or the presentation to LinkedIn.
Absolutely will do. Yep.
Yes.
So, okay, let me do like, you see me, right? Okay. So, I think it's pretty obvious how you can get the BI analyst job if you already have the academic background. It's basically like I started mine since I have a math and computer science degree. I started as a quality assurance person and then switched to BA and then BI engineer. But then what to do to the people who don't have the computer science degree, but they still have a passion about the data? So what you will do is, like I mentioned before, you have to find out what is your basically core in terms of data ninja skills, whether you like to build the report or you like to talk with the stakeholders and ask them their requirements. So it's like more mm, business analyst role that you can start from, but then gaining a little bit more technical skills, you would like to build something more powerful. So then the second will be, if you don't have the degree, is get their certification. And I can link you in on my LinkedIn. I have a list of the different training sessions that are for free. They're from Udemy, Coursera, Microsoft, Google, I basically collected the best, and that's for free, and you can get trained. And after that, just pay for certification or ask your company to pay to be paid and get your certification done. Then the third one will be building your project. It's very essential that nowadays we have a portfolio, and I'm not talking about the resume right now. It's about building something outside of your work. It is the games, for example, for the kids, right? Or something interesting, like, I don't know, you are learning Python and you would like to build Tetris, online Tetris. So after that, you will keep the list of your projects and bring it to the GitHub, for example, as one of the platform where you can collect your projects. And then the next one is to find your mentor. Back in the day, I was mentoring around 5 people in 1 year, and it's a great opportunity to not only to teach someone but also learn from other people. So definitely go and find the communities or find the data-driven people who have at least 5 years of experience in business intelligence, and ask them to teach you without like any fear. There are so many different people that you can learn from. And that's connect with the fifth one, which is network. The network nowadays is essential. It's not only Facebook, but it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Clubhouse, where you can learn and speak at the same time. You can learn about new technologies in the different blogs. You can read many great scientists' papers and so on. And then the last one is updating your resume. So like I mentioned, it's very connect with our third one, where you're building your projects, getting your certification, and then you put in all of this and keep track in your resume. Your resume basically will be your passport at the end of the day, and you can present it to your next employer. And then if we're talking about tech skills that are really essential for your role to become a BI analyst, that will be definitely data visualization tool. One of the most progressive nowadays is Power BI, Tableau. I would focus on just one. The demand right now that I see is so in the open sources BI tools that maybe we don't even need to pay anymore the big money for having those BI tools that we have to pay. For example, Tableau is around like $2,000 for just one person developer. So I would focus on learning at least one BI tool, get a free trained course finished. This way you have the essentials, how to create the reports, how to build the data model, how they're all connected. And then the next one will be very simple, very similar. It's just the UI is different, and the performance itself of the tool will be just different. And then, of course, you have to have solid numerical skills. You don't have to be really progressive in statistics, but if you can revisit just a little bit, at least what is the regression stand for, how I can build them in Excel or Minitab, it will be already enough. And then Excel, it's all about advanced formulas. If you can really manage and learn something new outside of their very default functions, that would be definitely a great point for your next interview. And the last one is the programming and data processing. I definitely start with the SQL, because that's the essential query language where you can get the data from the different data sources, and after that, build that in BI tools. Then after that, if you're more interested in data engineering roles, I will start learn Python. This is all about the technical skills, but the soft skills are important as well, which is communicational skills, where you're in order for you to start analyzing the data, you have to get their your reporting requirements, what exactly stakeholders' goals are, what are business needs. So knowing this and knowing how to communicate back after you find your data insights to non-technical people, that's usually the challenge, but that's making you more professional in this role. Then there's another one, which is excellent problem solving skills. You have to identify very quickly how to solve different data issues, whether it's on BI tools or whether it stands in a database, and find a way how to quickly resolve that. And of course, you have to find you obligated to have an analytical mind. This stands for I know how to bring my best practices using different techniques for a particular situation, or how to explain to non-technical people very obvious data trends. And of course, all this technical and soft skills I can sum up with the curiosity to continue learning and developing all the skills. The BI role is so cool is because there is no routine. There is always something new. There's so many different technologies nowadays that you're like you cannot stop learning, and you cannot stop thinking, oh my god, how I can get all of them in my resume, in my portfolio. So there's always the room to learn more. So by being a BI analyst, you can become and you can bring yourself to another level. Like I mentioned before, you can be a data scientist, who stands for more technical role. That's definitely where your Python language will be essential, one of the essentials after the SQL. Then you can be analytics translator or data product owner. So it's like more the data lead person. Or if you're more progressing in statistics, you can be a quantitative analyst. But all of this sounds really good, especially these roles, they it really well nowadays. But what we can do, and if I'm not sure if BI role is for me, so read this attentively before becoming a BI analyst, because you might want to not go on this path, or probably you would like to go more on the manager side and not going very deep in BI intelligence. If you are not advanced in math, if you don't like numbers, it's something very essential. You have to be prepared to calculate a lot, to build measures. Another thing, if you don't love data, I know it sounds very obvious, but at the same time, you like to really dig deep into the trends. You like to find new insights, bring it to another level, then building on top the predictions. That's how you must love the data. You also have to prepare yourself. You you will be at the screen almost all day, like at least 8 hours. That's how I'm doing, because you're working with the data. That's basically your screening, your computer. So if you want to minimize your screen time, probably business intelligence analyst role is not for you. Also, if you're not a talker, if you are shy or you don't really like to communicate with the people, it's probably definitely not for you as well, because you would need to tell your storytelling. Your storytelling, it's basically how you can sell your data, how you can sell your data trends or impact on a company's business decisions. And then the last one is analytical thinking isn't your repertoire. Um, you have to always look and think it from a different angles, how this might look if I will use this tool, or how it will look like if I use this pattern or this statistical model. Also, I would like to try this. And you have to communicate it always with the business people. So this is basically the five warnings, I would say, that you have to keep in mind if you're just on your first step to become a BI analyst, and revisit them and see if you all of them are checked, all good, and I can start doing this. So this is basically it, and I really hope, even though we had some technologies issues, you really enjoyed it. If you have questions about how to become BI analyst, you need to find the trainings or certification list. I have them all in many different posts on my LinkedIn. So just PM me. I will be more than happy to connect and answer all your questions. But so far, are there any questions from the audience? Sorry again about technical issues. I definitely will attach this presentation to the chat.
There's a comment here. There's some. Okay, no, there's not a it's not a question. It's a great talk. Thank you, Maryna from Clarita Ramos. So far, no questions. But remember, if you do have any questions in the future, you could write us to Congress at A4QU EU. Right?
So just for your visibility, let me know if you would like to connect. Well, thank you all, and I really appreciate your attention and hope you have amazing day, evening, or night.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. This was how to become a BI analyst with Maryna Manulik. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will end this live.